did it, Josh.
We did it, baby.
Woo!
Stoked to
Show us
that.
that medal. There it is.
What a way to start the day, my man.
Get it done.
Oh, I'm wrecked.
Welcome back, everybody, to another week in the life. Heading to a car showroom right now to look at a car. I thought I was just going to stick with hiring here in Dubai while I'm here, but I'm planning to be here more next year. So I thought it probably makes sense to get a car instead of paying the huge fees for just renting one when I plan to actually live here properly. So going to go and look at one now. Been doing some research over the past few days, but this one looks good. It's not the right color that I want, so I will get it wrapped if I decide to go with this one. But that's okay, I think I was going to get it wrapped anyway. All done at the showroom now. And I did put a deposit down and sign the contract. So if finance gets approved, it's tricky because when you run your own business and you set up in Dubai, it's not the same as being employed, obviously. So getting finance for things can sometimes be a little bit difficult, but it all looks like it'll go through. That was a quick process. I saw it on Dubizzle, which is like where you buy cars and other things in Dubai. Saw it, I was like, cool, reached out. He's like, hey, do you want to come to the showroom today? I did. So I had a look at it. It's exactly what I want. It's the base. Like, I'm gonna wrap it and I'm gonna do things to it to make it exactly how I want it because I can't get the exact spec that I want. But it's looking good. It's looking good. So we find out in about a week, or 3 to 4 days, but it's almost the weekend, so it'll be sort of mid next week, where it will either get approved or it will get rejected and we have to find an alternate thing. I don't want to pay in cash for this. I'd prefer to do it on finance, so I'm not just forking out a huge sum, because that still pains me. Like, a sum that big to just leave the account, not ideal. But I'm not going to spoil what the car is yet or what it looks like, because look, let's make it a bit of a surprise.
I was thinking of going easy the first 5Ks and then upping it this last 5Ks and then really going the last K.
It's best to, what's it called? Negative pacing. When you start slower, get faster.
Really?
Yeah, so that's better pace. Like, that's what some people prefer, to just run the same pace the whole thing. Others will go out the gate fast and then slow down. Not preferred.
Not preferred.
Not preferred. You want to start slower and only increase speed. Good morning, everybody. It is 5:30 on Sunday morning, and we have the fun run, the 10K fun run. So we're just pulled over at a gas station because Josh wants to get a coffee. He's already got his coffee. He's looking at me weird. But we're ready for this 10K. We're ready for this 10K. Josh has been training a bit more than I have. How are you feeling? Are you ready for it?
I'm feeling so ready. Well, once I have a coffee, I will feel a lot more ready. But yeah, I feel ready.
We're ready. We're ready. We're heading there now. Race starts at 6:15, and we have to go and get race number. Did you check your race number?
Did I check?
Yeah, they gave it to us in the email. You have to look it up. I know.
No, I'll look it up now.
Cool, sick. Well, let's go there now. Can't bring my camera.
No one's gonna see us, dude. It's a run club.
We did it, Josh.
We did it, baby.
Woo!
Stoked to
Show us
that.
that medal. There it is.
What a way to start the day, my man.
Get it done.
Oh, I'm wrecked.
Woo. Job done. Medal acquired. It's a bit. Look at it. It's gold.
Gold, baby.
Look at that. It's gold.
It's only 18 carat, but it's all good.
We got. Josh beat me as well. Josh beat me in that run. He's good out there. He's fast in those carbon shoes. Watch out. The streets aren't safe with this guy in carbon
I had
shoes.
an unfair advantage.
Josh is mad because apparently his time didn't
It's
register.
saying I'm not on here, bro, and my watch didn't register either.
It's a sad day. He didn't pair his watch. He didn't pair his watch to
He
his
won't
phone.
care. Alright, I was hoping I could but I get an ultra soon. Courtesy of my good friend Osti.
Yeah, I'm getting that next watch, and then Josh gets this one.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Okay. I'm going to improve my eating habits because I've just been eating, it hasn't been bad. Look, I haven't been having anything terrible, but I want to get back to eating better and cooking myself so I can have the same thing all the time and be more consistent with hitting some of my macros, like having more protein and having less carbs. So, did a big order on Kareem. Great thing about Dubai, you can order stuff and it's here in 25 minutes. Don't have to go to the supermarket. I got loads of this stuff, loads of beef mince, loads of it. And I'm just gonna have that pretty much every meal. So we've got beef mince, dark chocolate because I have a sweet tooth, okay? But look, I'm not just gonna eat it like this, there is a process. Nuts, so I can put them with Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, bottom of the bowl, maybe a little bit of chocolate, some peanuts, and don't forget the best part, the raspberries and the blueberries. So look, we're turning a new leaf. We're gonna be better with the eating. And I think with this kind of diet, I was doing it, well, these kind of foods and cooking for myself in Barcelona last year when I was there for 2 months. And my eating during that time and how I felt and my focus and just everything, like I was really enjoying eating the food as well. It was good, it tasted good, but I knew it was high in protein. And plus we got loads of eggs, of course, don't we? Actually, I only got one lot of eggs. I'm gonna run out of this in like a day. So we got some eggs. And then what else we got? Avocados. Mayo, but the light version. I love mayo. I got normal yogurt as well because I wasn't too sure if Greek was the go. And lots of canned tuna because I heard it's high in protein. And I've never really eaten canned tuna. But there you go, there's cooking with Austin, what's on the shopping list. So, I heard back from the bank regarding the car loan application. It was rejected. So, there is an issue where when you're self-employed, there are a bunch of additional criteria points that have to be met for a bank to give you a loan, which I think doesn't make sense. Considering if you're earning much more than having a normal job, the normal job allows you to get a loan much more easily. Being self-employed, there's all these extra criteria points you have to hit. So unfortunately, the loan was declined because I couldn't meet all of those oddly specific criteria points. They weren't income related, they weren't residency related, they weren't anything like that. It was just random stuff. So won't be getting the car, unfortunately. But I'm also a believer that everything happens for a reason. And so I think God has said, you don't need this right now. It is the wrong timing because I'm leaving Dubai in just under a month. So I would have got the car, got it wrapped, done some things to it, and then left it for 3 or 4 months until I'm back in Dubai next, just be sitting in the garage, collecting dust. So it makes more sense that when I come back to Dubai next year, and I'm actually going to be here for 3 or 4 months straight away, then I can get it then, because then I can enjoy it, and it's not just sitting in the garage. So it is what it is. I think it happened for a reason. But now I can actually show you the car, because it's not meant to be a surprise anymore. There it is. That's what the car was going to be. It is a 2019 Aston Martin Vantage. White exterior, got some orange on the interior. And what I was going to do is get this all reupholstered, all black, and then also put a matte black wrap on this. It looks nice in white, and I saw it in person, it looks cool. But I just have a thing for all black cars. I think they look so cool. So unfortunately, we won't be getting the Aston. So it still remains a goal of mine to get one of these. For lunch today, we have yogurt with raspberries, dark chocolate, really dark chocolate. This stuff isn't even sweet. Blueberries and peanuts. For all my health gurus in the comments, let me know if this little post-workout snack, plus a protein shake. Protein shake with creatine. That's what we're eating today. I already had my full meal, my first meal for today before the gym, because I'm on this health kick, as you've seen in this video. So I cooked up 6 eggs, I cooked up 500 grams of beef mince, a bit of salt and pepper, and a bit of ultra light mayo on top. Oh, went down a treat. So now I'm gonna have that as the first meal of every day. And then after the gym, have something like this. Yeah, feels good eating this stuff. I feel like it's eating better, but I've done some research and it's better than the stuff that I was eating before. Let's put it that way. The macros in this new stuff is better and I'm having more protein. 2:20, time for the first meal of the day. I did cook yesterday. I cooked myself lunch and dinner, and I always skip breakfast, don't have breakfast. But I was really craving steak and I don't have any steak. I've just got beef mince and eggs. But I think I'm gonna order an air fryer. I saw it on Instagram. Someone put a steak in an air fryer and it came out really well. So I'm gonna give that a crack. I found a site that sells really good quality steak here in Dubai, and you order it and they send it to your house. So I'm gonna get that. And then I'm also going to get an air fryer and I'm gonna start cooking steak in the air fryer, see how it goes. My goal is to just make eating, I guess, good food, high protein food, easy. And so yeah, I could just put it on a pan. Maybe I'm being lazy, but it looked cool when they did it in the air fryer. Look at this, oh my goodness. This is the crazy salad that I've talked about many times. We've got 2 ribeye steaks and second salad. And because I have a sweet tooth, we're having raspberries. I feel like a fitness influencer talking about all these food choices that I'm having. And dark chocolate. This is like 85% dark. It's not very sweet. There's not much sweetness to it. It's not like normal chocolate. I think something really interesting that I've realized as I've started making these vlogs, I'm just looking at, what vlog is this one? This is vlog number 7. So this was quite a few ago by the time that you're watching. Watching this back, and there's this thing about work-life balance, about balancing your work, about balancing social relationships, about balancing all these different areas in your life. And watching these back and reflecting on the past few years of my journey building businesses, there wasn't balance. In these videos, I make it out to be a lot more balanced than it actually is, because if you think about it, if I just set up my camera and just recorded myself working for a week, it doesn't make a very interesting video. You probably wouldn't watch it. And so these videos show little snippets of me working spliced in between life. You know, me going to the gym, or me going and doing something with some friends, or going for a swim workout, that kind of B-roll shots. And those, in the grand scheme of a week, if we think of a week, those only make up very small parts of the week. But in these videos, they make up a lot more because it's my opportunity to talk to the camera like this and to sort of show the behind the scenes. Because as I said, it would be very boring if I just set up the camera and showed what I actually did all week, which is pretty much just sitting at this desk and working for most of the day. There is no variance. I go to the gym, I eat the same food every day, and I'm just working. And I think that's the thing that I've come to realize is that when you see these other people making content online and you see this, incredible lifestyle that they might be living, and you aspire to live a similar lifestyle, what I've found after living it myself and after going from someone who was making nothing to making my dream life income and seeing the difference in what my days look like is that it just requires you to work. There isn't any fancy things about it. You just have to do the work. You have to spend the hours sitting at your computer working on it. You just have to do it. There's no way around it. There's no shortcuts. And I think what you learn over time that allows you to work less while still getting the same, if not better results, is the idea of leverage. And that at the start of my journey, I was arguably working more hours. When I look back, I was working more hours. But the work that I was doing was not getting me the results that I wanted because they were pretty low leverage. But over time, as I've learned and become better at delegating, better at building businesses, then I've started to delegate certain things and increase the leverage on the stuff that I actually spend my time on. Which means I could spend half the amount of time working but still grow the business 3, 4, 5 times faster. Because the stuff I'm working on when I am working is actually growing the business much more than the basic stuff I was doing years ago. And so, again, I'm a big believer that you have to move through a paradigm to understand it. You don't just come to this realization. Me telling you this now isn't going to change the fact that if you were in the trenches and in the early days, you're going to have to go through it to really internalize it and understand it. That's what I had to go through. I had people telling me these things at the start saying, you need to focus on higher leverage tasks. You need to do this, you need to do that. And I never really internalized it. I heard them, but I didn't internalize it and say, yes, okay, I'm now going to completely listen to that and I'm going to ignore everything else. I had to go through it. And I think that's part of the awesome part of building your own business and working by yourself is that you're forced to learn these things so you can get better and so you can level up. So what I'm really trying to do with these videos, as much as I can, is give you an accurate look into what it's actually like building a business. Now, I know everyone's story is different. The way that they operate is different, their work structure, the life that they live. But this experience and this way of living that I'm living right now, I think is a pretty good representation on what anybody who's building something big at a young age is working on or going through. It's a lot of time spent at the computer. It is balancing health, but in moderation. It's about balancing social relationships and doing fun stuff, but in moderation because you're spending so much time working on your business. And so hopefully you enjoy seeing this. And I'm trying to get better at accurately showing what my weeks look like and not trying to hide behind, oh, here's a fun thing we did, or, we went and did this week. Because the reality is that I'm here. I'm here at the desk working. It's obsession. It's because I've got these goals and I want to achieve them and I know I will. It's just how quickly I'm going to achieve them. And so if you're early on and you feel like, oh, I need to have all this stuff figured out. All these people are telling me to do all these things and, I want to have that certain lifestyle. Just realize that you will achieve it. You will achieve the lifestyle that you want, but it's probably going to require a lot more work than you initially anticipated. I know it did for me. I thought I was going to be, if I look back at my goals when I was 19, thinking I was going to hit my first 100K month in my second or third ever month of business because I thought I'm going to hustle and I'm going to make it work. I was not the person at that point in time that was capable of building a business to that scale. I wasn't at that point yet. Maybe 5K a month, maybe, but definitely not 100K. And so I had to go through this period of having those failures, having the troubles, having to force myself to work when I didn't really feel like it. All those years of spending the time. And that's another thing that I heard from people early on. You're going to have to go through 3 or 4 years before you get to the point where the results start to catch up and you start realizing the gains of everything that you've put in. I didn't believe it. I thought, well, that's just because you're unproductive and you're inefficient. That's why it's taking you 4 years. But me, no, I'm going to get it done faster. Not the case. It still takes the time. And so if you feel like you're 2 years in, 3 years in, if you feel like you expect the results to be better, I know the feeling. And I know that it's only a matter of time before those results catch up. So that is my little rant for a Tuesday afternoon. But I think when I was watching this vlog back, I was just realizing it looks so much more glamorous. Like even with the short B-roll shots and the behind the scenes and all that, the little fun parts in between, it looks a lot more glamorous than it is. Now the reason that we have the desk facing that way, and also the reason why the lighting on my face is so good right now, and the reason why the lounge room is a mess in the apartment is because I just finished up a group call with the A Players Club. So James reached out to me on Instagram, said, hey, I'd love to have you on. So I just did a 50-minute call with a group of guys that are all entrepreneurs building businesses in different niches.
You're a young guy and you've seen an extreme amount of success. For you right now, a lot of these guys, a lot of us are at 20, 21, and we're still playing that long game. Do you have any advice in regards to what they should be looking to develop at our age to kind of see the success that you've seen at 23, 24?
I was thinking about this exact question because I knew it would come up. I was thinking about this before the call. And what's been ringing around in my mind recently, because I've recently just picked up a camera and started vlogging for YouTube and trying to share value, give tips, show what life can be like when you just put your head down for a few years and build a cool business or a couple of cool businesses. And the thing that's kept coming up is, number one, the grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. And so every business model that each of you are in can give you the complete financial freedom and allow you to achieve everything that you want in your life. I'm a strong believer in that. So it's not like, oh, drop shipping is the thing that'll get me there because I'm currently building an agency, but drop shipping is the thing that will allow me to achieve everything I want. Or if you're in drop shipping, it's like, oh, but I heard affiliate marketers actually make a killing. Oh, wait, I heard the OnlyFans management is the thing that you need to do to be ultra successful. Like, there's so many different options. If you just stick with one and you just follow through with it, yes, it may take a few years. And I don't think it takes a few years. This is my belief. It doesn't take a few years because you haven't figured it out yet. It takes a few years because God is testing you to see if you're willing to put in the work and are deserving of the success that you're about to achieve. And then it reaches this inflection point where the results catch up. You've been putting in work for years and years. And then all of a sudden, you've had these wins, but it just catches up and starts skyrocketing. And that's what I've experienced is that it feels like I'm not like compared to myself last year, this time last year, I wouldn't say that, I've learned a lot, but it's not like I'm on a whole new level, like I'm 10 times better. No, it's just been a bit more time and the results have caught up more. So the first principle is the grass is greener where you water it. Stick with one business model. Don't get distracted. There's shiny objects, and I have felt those before of trialing all these different business models, and that's not the way to do it. Just pick one and stick with it. And then the second part is that this too shall pass, for a lack of a better phrase to use. Like, if it feels like you're in the trenches right now, if you feel like, okay, I've been putting in this work for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and I haven't seen the results that I'm looking for. Every single successful person I've spoken with, who I've become friends with, I've sat down at a dinner table with and talked to them about their life, they've all said the same thing. They had 3 to 4 years at the start where they were smashing their face on the floor again and again. Things were failing, things weren't working, but they kept going, and now they're doing really well for themselves and they have all the freedom that they've wanted in life. And so that's the second key principle, is that if you feel stuck, if you feel like this is hard, it's meant to be like that. And I used to beat myself up about it years ago. I would get physically mad at myself because I'm like, why are you not successful yet? You're putting in this effort and this time. Why do you not have more money in your bank account? Why are these people that you see on Instagram more successful than you at your age? And I would beat myself up about it. And what I came to realize is that, first of all, that's not helpful. It does push you at the start, but if you just stick with it, then everything changes. So the grass is greener where you water it, and this too shall pass. Don't worry. If it's tough now, it won't be tough forever. We talked a lot about ecom and about my story growing stores, and yeah, the ups and downs, also the things that I've learned that I think everyone should do when it comes to building ecom stores. Some of the key takeaways. So you, obviously, if you're not there, I'll give you the key takeaways so you can get the same out of it. The first thing was that the grass is greener where you water it, in my opinion. All of these online business models that you see on Instagram work. Just because I do ecom does not mean you need to do ecom. Just because someone does agency does not mean you have to do agency. Every single business model, there is enough successful people in that business model to validate that it works. All you have to do is stick with it. And that's the number one thing I see with people that are successful, is they just stuck with one thing for a long time. The second key thing is realizing and internalizing that this too shall pass. And I think we all go through this part of our journey, and I've talked about this earlier in this video. We all go through this part of the journey, the entrepreneurial business building journey, where you have years where the results haven't caught up yet. But just understanding that everyone goes through this. Every podcast that you listen to with someone that is in a really successful position, or has built a cool business, or has achieved something cool in their life, in any area of life, it didn't happen straight away. It didn't happen overnight, as cliche as that sounds. It took time. And I think if you internalize that and you understand that and you accept it, really, and you just say, look, this is going to take me some more time. That's okay. You can have, I guess, be impatient on a micro scale. Be like, I want to get this done. I want to move faster. I want to, be more productive. I want to improve myself. I want to get stronger. All these things, get healthier. That's fine. But on like a macro level, being patient and realizing that it will take a bit of time. And otherwise the juice would not be worth the squeeze. Imagine if you just instantly were successful. Then I think the big benefit of becoming successful at a young age is that you've had to go through all of this period of your life where it's been challenging and it's forced you to grow and it's forced you to become the person that was able to achieve those results. And that's the beauty of building online businesses. That's the beauty of being an entrepreneur and having the freedom to do whatever you want. It's the person you become in the process of achieving those things, not the end result. of achieving those things. So the way I look at it is, if I'm making 10K a month in profit, for example, that in and of itself is not the goal in my eyes. The goal in my eyes is to become the person that is able to achieve that and make 10K a month in profit, because I know that's going to require certain habits or certain knowledge or certain dedication or grit to make something work and get it to that level. And I think that's the beauty of it. It's not the fact that you get the 10K a month, it's the person you've had to become in order to achieve that. But that wraps up my night. It is 11 o'clock here because of the time zone difference. Call started at 10. Yeah. It's time to go to bed. Because of this bright light, I'm not tired anymore. So I was so close to falling asleep before the call, and now after the call, I'm amped up. I'm ready to go. Pull an all-nighter? Maybe? Keep working. It is currently 8:08 on Wednesday evening, and I thought this would be a very cool moment to document for the future. So we have officially launched Freedom Club, the education business, to the US. So the ad campaigns have gone live, the team is onboarded, the automations are all working, and now when I go to sleep, which will probably be very soon, I didn't sleep too well last night. Maybe it was because I did the live call really late last night, or the call I did with that community, and it got me amped up, so I didn't sleep all that well. But I'm hoping that I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I'll see the first US sales, which will be exciting because everything's in place now. It's not like, oh, we have to do this and do that for it to work. It's done. It's done. All the funnels that have worked in Australia for a long time, we've now duplicated into the US, made some tweaks, made some adjustments. But it's very exciting. This is the sales page, I'll show you. There it is. So this is the VSL page, very similar to the one that we've used before in Australia, just a few small tweaks. But there's the VSL there. Who's that handsome devil? And then we've got some results. This is the page that we drive a lot of traffic to with ads. And it's a long form landing page, a lot of text. Like if I keep scrolling, there's a lot on this page. And then there's a booking form somewhere here. There it is. The booking form. But yeah, this has now gone live, which is very, very exciting. There's the boys. There they are. And I think what's interesting is that we launched to the US, I think 3 months into starting the business. Will, Josh, and I, we said, look, we're getting some initial sales in Australia. Why don't we just try and sell to the US? So this is when we were doing the sales calls. We were on the Zoom calls. We were calling people that downloaded our free report and trying to book them in and see if we could help them start their own online business. And then we stopped doing it. We stopped the US. We got some sales. And if you looked at it profitability wise, it was profitable, but Australia was better. And we thought, let's just double down on one market for now. I'm glad that we did that, because now, going into the US, we can give it a lot more attention and we can make sure we do it right. So I think this will be a fun moment to look back on. Our current goal, we've got 2 goals in Freedom Club at the moment. So this is the current goal for the team. ClickFunnels, the platform that we use to build out our website, our funnels, all the pages that I work on a lot. They have these awards. And so there's a few different ones here. This one here, this is just the 2 Comma Club Award. Now I have that one. That one is over there on the wall. That's for doing $1 million in a funnel. But then they have these other ones. They've got this one here, this beautiful, beautiful one called the 2 Comma Club X. So you get this when you do 10 million through one funnel. And that's USD. So me coming from Aussie dollars, yeah, it's a bit more. It's almost 50% more. And then there's this one as well, which I recently found out about. The 2 Heart Award. So you get this when you donate $1 million to charity as a ClickFunnels user. And this award is the big target for the team right now. And so these 2 awards, because this was on my vision board for a long time, this 2 Comma Club Award. And now what's on my vision board is the 2 Comma Club X and the 2 Heart. And if we hit the 2 Heart, then we will hit 2 Comma Club X. You know, the way that we've got the funnel set up, the way the business is set up right now, we will. And so everyone in the team is pushing to hit this one with our new fast track program, which if you've been watching the vlogs, you would have seen me working on it, I think 4 or 5 weeks ago, building it out, actually creating it. I started vlogging very soon before I actually started building the fast track program and the funnels. And so if you've been following along with these videos, you've seen the process of fast track being made. Now it's launched and there's over 900 people in it, I think, which is really cool. And a lot of money is going to philanthropy from it. 100% of the profit we make from people enrolling in that low ticket program, which is $97, all goes to education-based philanthropy projects. So we've just been storing that away, trying to find suitable projects. We've got a few, and I'm excited to share those more over the next few vlogs. But having that target now of the Too Hard Award, the team got really excited about it when we did our first all hands meeting last week. We had everyone in the company there on a Zoom call for the first time. And we mentioned that as the goal. We said, this is the target for all of us to work towards. We want to donate $1 million to charity by the end of the year. So we've set that time frame as well. So lots of very exciting things for the team to look forward to, for me to look forward to, and lots of cool things coming up in these videos over the next few months, documenting how this US launch goes. The challenges we'll face. Not if we face challenges, but what challenges they are, because no doubt there's going to be stuff that maybe goes wrong or issues that we have. But I'm excited to see it all. And I don't know, now more than ever, I used to fantasize as a 18-year-old, just starting an online business, finding out about ClickFunnels, listening to Russell Brunson, reading Expert and .com Secrets, books that are all about funnels and online marketing. And I just dreamed about hitting the 2 Comma Club Award. And now it's on my wall over there, which is really cool. It's not just because of me. I've got an incredible team and I've got 2 incredible co-founders and it's been a hell of a ride. But that's happened. It was on the vision board. I wanted it so bad. I was thinking, how am I going to achieve this? And I did. And now aiming for the 2 Comma Club X Award. And I know we're going to hit that. It's just how quickly do we hit it? And do we hit it by the end of the year, which is the target? And then the Too Hard Award, hitting that and just the impact that that's going to have. I think it's really cool that ClickFunnels has these awards because I look at the people that are holding the awards and I know the amount of work that they've had to put in. And you see some really public figures that are holding up these awards and getting that classic iconic photo with Russell and Todd holding the award up. Alex Hormozi and Layla Hormozi, great examples of the 2 Hard Award and the 2 Comma Club X. And the 2 Comma Club C, which is a plaque where you have, or a frame where you have 4 different discs and you get 1 disc for every 25 million you generate. That'll be the next goal. This is what the 2 Comma Club C award looks like. Look how cool that looks. There's Alex and Layla, there they are. 2 Comma Club C, and I've got 3 discs, which mean at that point in time, they'd done over $75 million in revenue through a single funnel, which is absolutely crazy. And something that's really cool alongside all of this growth is the growth in the team. And I'm just looking in Slack now. I think when I was talking about the team size on the vlog a few weeks ago, I said how we're a team of 34 people. Now when I go into Slack, there are 54 people in Slack. So the team is growing very, very quickly. And obviously with launching in the US, there was a lot of additional team that's come from that, no doubt. But still, the team is growing very quickly. I didn't think we'd grow this fast, but I think we've hit the point where the results are catching up. Something I talked about earlier in the video, where you put in the work consistently and then the results just catch up and everything starts accelerating. So I'm very excited. And so hopefully you've enjoyed another week in my life, a very exciting week, lots of work, which I think is the genuine reality of my life right now, is just spending a lot of time at that beautiful desk right there and just getting a lot of stuff done. But hopefully you've enjoyed seeing the behind the scenes. I think this would be a fun moment to look back on, honestly, in a few months and maybe even a few years. And this being such a pivotal turning point in the business, which I know it's going to be. So hopefully you've enjoyed and I'll see you next week.